Hello guys and welcome to episode 22 of Throwback. This game 1 against Stick in the final. We're playing the Smite Masters line again. If you don't know what Throwback is, I basically just sit back, chill, like kind of watch and half analyze or games from all of the what's it called, the spring split, including the LAN. So this is the Athena there with Amy. I don't know, can't remember how this game goes.
And the way he's starting it off with the Soul Stone, trying to
look, we're wearing our white jerseys. How often do you see a white away jersey? They're all black.
For a lot of easy poke, especially whenever
that's awesome Scott trick. This is rough for me and Nate, because there's no way Nate and I can fight into that.
At level 1, trying to mitigate a lot of the damage, the dive potential damage from Captain Twig on this Robin.
Little bit of poke dished out.
You love that because of player camps? Yeah. We look lovely.
So we're gonna start in the jungle. One more second, there's all the minions, and you can
the wrap around and Maniac TP's back over. That's the good old classic.
You're gonna start here and strip away what is the reward. Basically, the meta here that we've seen for the past 4 weeks is, alright, whoever wins the lane, the reward for winning that lane is the enemy jungle. So Obey strip away their own jungle, at least the red buff, and they trade that for the lane.
This is PG-13 friendly chat. Yeah. You can't even see Fred's face. I guess you guys can't either because my cam is above it. Can never see Fred tricks anyway.
So far, Obey's doing a good job in getting the farm, but recognizing this Dignitas, they put those
I don't know if you can get purple as well here. I guess we can.
Obey not only are going to have a successful shot on their own side, but now we see the invade. Left side is a 3-on-2. Arkle gets rolled into, and he's going to take a lot of damage. Forced out with the beads, and the meditation saves the life of the hunter.
Oh my god. They are so low. That's so unfortunate. God damn it. Oh, Maniac. Okay, it's fine. Damn, that sucks. Really sucks we didn't get that. Someone who isn't else playing games about. Yeah, it was Meta back here. Means Maniac's not getting his blue buff though, because Twig made that rotation. It's a bit rough. This start is way better for us overall though. Like, we actually turned a dual lane we should lose into a dual lane we won. So that's really good. There's no way we're gonna win against, like, Amy, so they're really good at fighting.
That's what we saw Maniac start in the mid and then teleport over to that right side, using that teleport nice and early to make
sure if we would have gotten the kill there, man.
Two places at once pretty much for the Osiris.
Solo lane, we haven't talked about this matchup quite yet. Osiris versus the Cabrakan. You're not really looking to box
Maniac, oh, he's chilling.
Because the fact that Cabrakan's gonna clear the wave without interruption. It takes about 4 seconds
having a good time, you know,
to actually stun you. By that time, the Tremors have done its work.
But what about the other part of that ability?
Well, it also makes you deal less damage.
That's
so
the
it
key.
Takes a little bit more time to be able to clear that wave. It makes you consume more mana if you're variety.
Kivo Fred here looking for the gank. Well, just
he's
hanging
5
out for
now.
That's rough. Nemesis really is not an early game character.
He's always chilling. Ah man, he can be loud. Fred looks like a 12-year-old kid in this camera. Sad I can't show you guys. Well, there's not much to see. It's just a nightcap, and then he's very cleanly shaven. And the Dink is just playing his T-Bird, the favorite card.
Not really afraid of going for the purification beats in case they get CC locked, relying on that overhead kick for the CC immunity and the Mystic Rush for that 50% damage reduction.
Nice taunt on a Tricks tank. Not gonna have any follow-up damages out of Araxius.
Oh, he's gonna stop me.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, I think there's a number of reasons why we see the ROMs.
I was good there. I thought I was gonna be fucked, but I was working out okay. Wait, Prime is playing tough. Okay, I'm blind.
This is a character that has to play from behind. We've heard Aggro talk about it ad nauseum. Should this character actually fall behind, he's completely useless. What he wants to do in the jungle is leverage that lead.
Well, Nate has no point in this too. What?
Hiding behind the wall.
It's like, guys, I need help.
Very similar story to what Arkle did to
guys, our red and pink at risk.
Whenever he clears the wave, all he has to do is just hide in the jungle
speed,
and
guys.
create a little confusion in the communication.
Oh, Primo, that was not good. He's dead now. Nope. Okay. The defensive dash.
Just for the spacing here, at this point in the game, the Nemesis ultimate is still very powerful. Basically, Thunder.
It's just for the spacing.
So
Look.
what happens there? Yeah, you can dive it, but I think Dignitas were much more, or excuse me, I think Dignitas were much more interested in just the objective that was the Gremlins. So with that, they'll be able to go ahead and
the
keep
Gremlins.
the game tied up at 4.5.
Sure, man. That's what they're called. Oh. Nice play. They're splitting that now. I mean, I guess we're gonna get a block, so it's still fine.
Despite having the speed buff heading into the 5-minute mark, both of these teams still really feeling each other out in this best-of-5 set.
Well, I mean, when you look at the rosters that these guys have drafted, it's two obviously very late compositions. The Thoth and the main opponent, the Chronos, are going to benefit.
You're so nervous watching? Yeah, I was nervous playing this also the action. That's a lie. I was very chill.
I think that
I was having a good time.
Mid to late game hunter, not so late compared to the ROM, but still, the thought process there with the Nemesis later game. These teams are both going to want to tread water and go through the motions, maintaining a relative even situation until these characters are able to get
fucking hell. The classic retards on WhatsApp, the NRG squad, sending pictures. I can't not watch that. We're actually getting behind now. We're getting out farmed, which is kind of bad. It's mainly Cern getting a lead over Nate, because Nate.
Necessarily the worst thing, because
I don't know why actually.
Once you complete all those stacks, you're getting an additional 1,050.
And then we have like had some unfortunate ganks or whatever. That's unfortunate timing as well. And this might just, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, it's gonna be a death. Oh. Why are we not fighting here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, they are very tanky, I guess. I'm dead. No, Twig is dead. How did we not win that? Like harder. With Osiris Raven? I guess Amy, them, Capra's really sick too. Yeah, I said that. I said I'm good. I probably can. It depends whether if it's in the Christmas vacation, I probably can't. If it's in the winter vacation, I'm good, I think. It depends though, like when the split starts and how my situation is. I can't tell in a year, but I already replied. Yeah, same. Is this when Cern, Osiris, Bologna, and Kronos for top picks? Yeah.
But a little too low, not wanting to commit off of EmilZy. That taunt into Lord of the Afterlife certainly could have spilled the Doom for variety, considering there was no ultimate for the Cabrakan or the Nemesis. But Obey, despite suffering that one early death, it's not the end of the world for this Robin in the jungle.
Oh, Nate.
Still looking for a lot of these plays, but in the dual lane, a lot of
that's actually fine, because like he got the ult. Wait, why is Arkell waxing his one? Do you guys see that? Kenny, what are you doing? Teleport was the good stuff back here. This was the days of the teleport. I like it.
So with that in mind, I don't really dislike Transcendence on ROM because your basics are still going to hit hard. It's just a matter of, are you able to build this Transcendence in time to really fight with the non-stacking Cardinals? At the moment, it looks like it's going to really put Ataraxia at a disadvantage should they want to.
Looks like there's going to be a red invade, but Nate is all by himself. Don't know what is going on.
Ataraxia known to be more of that farming type
3-3-1, that's the new 6-6-7.
For the longer stack in Transcendence. Despite all the mana that it gives you, it also gives you a lot of physical power once you get all those stacks. Around 65 total for just the item itself. Not to mention
Maniac's fucking right up. That's good.
Scaling on Rom's ultimate is quite a lot.
We got one. They got one. We could have looked for a taunt there. I guess we didn't want to because Nate is pretty low. Look at Maniac, dude. He's giving it. Throwback. I'm gonna admit, I think it's getting a bit dull by now watching all the games, but it's mainly just because deadlines. I think it's still fun, you know. The combo wombo. You guys can look forward to more of that in NRG Esports. Oh, no Twig! Oh my god, meditation was... Oh! Come on! No, Primo! What are you doing? And Arkell soloed Ataraxia on the other side. Oh no. That's so rough, actually. How, Nate? You had traps? No, Nate. I guess he had red. And Nate must have had red as well.
He said earlier today, I'm gonna solo Nate. I'm gonna do it at least twice. He gets it.
And then I just die like a retard in mid as well. That's fucking perfect.
Onto EmilZy, his favorite god, the Amaterasu, taking away from him and showing a taste of his own medicine. Dignitas,
taste of his own medicine.
Like you mentioned before, that solo kill.
Are they gonna get gold now? No way. They're actually gonna get, okay, I guess they might, because they're gonna get okay. No one is like, let's.
The defender of Olympus going for the gold fury.
And I like that play most importantly.
Fred played that so well because he was just soulming. This game is over, dude.
They did not have that available to go ahead and try to steal the objective. So with that, Dignitas are able to take out their first gold fury of the game and put themselves 2,600 gold above Obey.
I like the style that Obey had in terms of diving variety under that tier 1 tower. You have the defender of Olympus, you have Maniac that has his
how does my medicine taste? I don't know. I should probably get some.
And all that confirmed damage with our Lord of the Afterlife made it such an easy kill. But transitioning that on top of the Fire Giant, this Robin just had no defensive tools. He used the ultimate up and down just to be able
El Maniaco and Captain Twig. Ooh. They're getting rotated on.
Look at the rotation from Team Dignitas. Maniac gets silenced out. It's a 3-on-2, but Variety and Direction don't really all together. They're going to go ahead and back off.
Nothing too much to write home about quite yet. As Team Dignitas, they secured
look at that. Old look at that.
Another 2,000 gold lead mid lane though. Pretty Prime using that final judgment. Cuba gets wiped off the map.
Just controlled perfectly by Obey. They found the room, they found the subsequent control, they found the subsequent crowd control, and then Pretty Prime just makes it rain with that ultimate. Big deal coming out from
Fred is not happy with that.
The damage charts just yet. Right in the middle. But don't be surprised when he climbs that as the game continues on.
Especially considering he has
how do I have more damage than Amaterasu? What?
The 11.5-minute mark. This is something that Pretty Prime and Zeros really
the good old good at that. Those were the times. Hello Foxy.
Builds, no matter what mage they're really playing.
So I think this is a very interesting choice.
And DreamNet. We have called it a Thieves right now. We should falsify it. Oh no, Maniaco. He's getting the big one now.
And Nemesis is going to go ahead and shred protections. Do you think that was the right call by Dignitas, considering that damage reduction?
Athena damage is pretty PogChamp. Yeah, in casual play, in competitive, it's not very PogChamp because you just get fucked if you dash in. When I see Phoebes now, I'm just thinking old Phoebes instantly. It's not good.
With his former or current teammate Trickstank, and his style is to be aggressive every single time, which is why he's going for this Void Shield build, something that we haven't really seen too much of in the beginning of the Season 4 at least, but the passive on this item...
This is just the story of the game. It's just Nate got so fucked by Kern and we weren't able to help him out with the Athena ult, because we had to maintain pressure otherwise. It was so scuffed. That's why you buy a Blink Emerald. No.
With the damage reduction on the ultimate, doesn't matter because it's all going to be just percent damage dished out from that ultimate of QO Fred. So that's kind of what Team Dignitas is looking for in that regard. And because of some of their prowess, not just in the jungle, but across the map and objectives as well, they're still leading by about 2K.
I like the style that Zeros has elected to go in his Chronos build, going for Book of the Dead. He really wants to make sure that he's not going to die to any shenanigans against the high burst potential out of Pretty Prime, because this item, it does a lot of things here, Tom. It gives you a lot of power, some lifesteal, some health, and it gives you...
Was this when Chronos OP? Yeah, pretty much. He's fucking rough to lane against.
Chronos going to be dealing a lot of damage with the basic attacks. So the lifesteal component of that item not suffering from the 1/3 coefficient that we usually see for magical lifesteal, and of course the shield also nice. But at the end of the day, 100 power is also well and good. 2,800 gold, a little bit expensive again. Thinking about the late game, you see Transcendence on Rom, and then you see the Book of the Dead on the Chronos. Nobody wants to fight at 12 minutes.
Is Kyron good in Season 5? I don't know. I think he's okay, right? Shouldn't be the worst, shouldn't be the best. It's like in between. He's very mana hungry and not AA base, which is the big problem with crit meta. Like he did way better than pen meta.
It could be a Fatalis, even though that does really work out well with his accelerator.
I would bet against you.
See, because like Wingblade is also going to give you the very important health and the
We should
potential to
fight
escape
so
from
much,
Captain
man. We
Quick
have
Eye
Thieves
and
and they have
get some of
shitty
that health.
regrowth.
Could be the difference between getting your
Man,
ultimate
this
off
game
or
is
dying
gonna
and waiting
suck.
for the next team.
That's
Like
a valid
right
point.
here, I
I
should
think
just dash in, you
which
know,
item
big
comes first
balls
really
and just
depends on
fuck
at
it.
what point, Dignitas
Was
wanna
this
fight.
before?
You're
This
gonna
was,
see
yeah,
both
this was
those
before
items
Thunder
in
Meta.
this
Oh,
build.
Maniac call for my ult! Maniac call for my ult! Maniac call for my ult!
Maniac though was thinking about diving variety with
Still
the
doing it.
Athena ultimate, has a lot of damage reduction,
Still
another
doing it.
easy kill, and there's no possible counter rotation as the rest of Variety's
No, they're gonna get gold, man. No. Okay,
Dignitas
okay.
gonna leash it.
They're gonna die.
That's one of the
Prime's
benefits
dead.
of that, but there's the percent damage on a pretty Prime.
Twig's
Slowed down
dead.
just a little
No,
bit,
Twig's
but now
fine.
Captain Twig by himself,
We
forced to
got
jump away with his own
fucked.
ultimate. Pretty Prime beads his away the Kerninos polymorph, and here comes damage out of the mid
Boom.
lane.
That
Go
was
ahead
good
and hit
damage.
two. One to the sky, looking for the shots. One shot, two shot. Arkle not going to be dead even
Oh,
if
nice
that
try.
third connects, but it won't. And the
We should go
meditation
gold here.
allows them to continue the fight, but Team Dignitas already retreating.
That should be gold. Wow,
Too
what?
low, there was a
No
nice
way we're not going
ultimate
gold.
from Pretty Prime, both hitting Arkle
I guess
and
Variety has
Ganks
TP.
in that
Yeah.
back line, allowing them to get
Damn,
in
that
position
should have been a
and get
free
here.
gold.
They were a little bit outnumbered
Right? Am I
because of the fact that
stupid?
they had two members committed towards the
That
right,
looked like a free
killing
gold.
Variety,
We
so
probably
it was
should
a
went for that.
4-on-3 in favor of Dignitas on the left, but
I have
they
something
couldn't
wrong
really
with my
make much
nose at
happen.
this
The
land.
first
I always
couple
have it,
relics
like when I go to
out of
lands. My
Pretty Prime,
nose gets so
but they were just
stuffed and
too
like
grouped up in
itchy.
that final judgment.
So it's like
Too much damage coming out from Obey for Dignitas
always
to
sit
really
like that.
continue to fight into it.
So annoying.
Looking at the solo lane, as long as the lane continues, as long as the laning phase continues totally, I think we're going to see this happen again and again and again. Maniac's character is a chip you away character. Maniac's playstyle is a chip you away playstyle. And the Athena can just
Ooh.
come down and burst the character like we've seen the past 2 times in this solo lane.
And all this chipping away at Variety is also chipping away at his tier 1 solo tower. Look how low it is around the 16.5 minute mark. That's just 500
So
gold.
this is just the good old soul lane, man. Maniac and Variety has just been slapping each other for like a solid fucking 16 minutes now.
That mystical mail has been so powerful as of late.
Mystical must be the most annoying thing when you're Guardian and slapping a warrior. Oh, gold! That was a good fight! We wanna fight around Twig and Maniac right now. Fuck fighting around Ned.
This 2-on-3 could spark some fireworks.
This might be slightly rough.
Keep an eye on it. I don't think either team really just yet. I'm still really curious about this Chronos build. Because both, like I said, both items need to come. I think that Fatalis is a required item on Chronos these days, and just looking across the way, you made a great point about the health, but the slow component as well on the winged blade.
There it is. There's the Fatalis that you were talking about.
Yep, that's gonna, and basically what the reason I think we see the Fatalis first is because he's just a more aggressive player. He's gonna want to be able to chase down these team fights, and we're gonna see them fight in very soon.
Are we just gonna give them free gold now? I think so.
Team Dignitas are here, and nobody from Obey is here. Here comes EmilZy. A good taunt will do work.
Oh,
Dignitas confirm it.
I should have taunted
Smite
first.
blocks
I'm
the
just
best
dead
efforts.
as well
EmilZy
now.
falls down, getting a little bit too deep.
Oh, this could have been a good
Maniac's here
fight as
jumping
well.
forward of both
Oh, we
jungle
just
and
all
solo,
in
but
this
they jump
fight.
into the entirety of Team Dignitas. There's the rewind of the zeros. He's gonna reset his cooldowns. Variety don't need no cooldowns. He's taking out Maniac by his lonesome. Captain Twig exiting stage right. Cubo Fred claps
That's
him down,
rough.
sends him home, and Team Dignitas pick up.
So I was an aggressive player? Yeah. The thing is, F dot adores Sire like a lot, which is fine, but like he's always gonna talk Sire.
Being there at the right opportune moment, the snipes from Ataraxia just was not quite there yet, and Dignitas, they secure the gold, they get another 750 gold on the right, and now they're grouping up in the middle for an additional 500.
This is not how this is supposed to go, and I think this is why we saw the aggressive item come out from the mid lane Chronos, knowing that this is the play he wanted to make. EmilZy hits a beautiful taunt, but it's going to be turned around.
I can't believe we didn't win.
And drops down the ultimate, trapping Captain Twig.
I can go again, guys.
And despite EmilZy's best efforts, his team cannot follow up. 6-3, Team Dignitas, a minute away from 20, and digs up 4K.
You're watching this in queue? Nah, I'm done playing for the day, Stick. I'm sorry, man. I have a YouTube channel where I upload a lot of like really informative gameplays if you want to watch. I have like guides and all a lot of stuff. If you do exclamation mark YouTube in the chat, I'll take you there. But if you're more for live interaction, just go and find someone else, obviously. But I have a pretty decent... Ooh, that's Nemo. I have a pretty decent YouTube channel, I'd say myself. Like funny moments, not God Gacha yet, that will come. Viability reviews and like lessons, overview. What's it called? Explain is like a really good series where I like explain everything I do. Just try and watch that. Fucking Kenny, dude. Seeing a Kern with Vitalis just reminds me of the adventure.
In our first game of what could be a 5-game set. Team Dignitas are running this show, but Obey, not exactly down and out.
Something that I noticed between both Ataraxia and Arkle is the fact that neither of these two hunters elect to go lifesteal. Not just this game in particular, but even in the semifinals matchup, they don't really like it necessarily. They feel like Devo Gloves takes a little bit too long to build up for the value that it's giving.
It's all good, Steak. If you have any questions, of course, just either come in here. We have a Discord where I'm always gonna be answering questions if you add me. That's it.
Auto attack based build with the Icavile, relying on his changing of the seasons to get the lifesteal.
The one-stop shop for support. Yeah, that said, Jeff Hinder uploads some games, but like there's no other support. Rafa does as well, but there's no other support sadly that does any like gameplay shit. PBM kinda does, I guess, but it's very like occasional, if you get me. No BM to watch PBM at all. Love that guy.
Shaved away. The idea that you really need that lifesteal, just not the case as we see hunters boxing less and less.
With the lifesteal meta, absolutely, there was less boxing. Because there was no lifesteal this game, that gave Arkle the opportunity to get that solo kill earlier on in the game. Ataraxia, though, he's going to get pressured around this tier 2 tower, but he has some assistance. Both Captain Twig and Pretty Prime looking for somebody, but the mobility from Trig's tank and his Amaterasu, that aura providing so much movement speed.
Mid lane, EmilZy is going to get dunked on. Nice little stun. He's forced to dash out offensively. All 5 players from Dig going to group up here in the mid lane, looking for the tier 1 siege.
This is a good timing because of their level advantage, trying to really...
You are diamond support in Smite, and you're gradually getting Smite to Smite. I think learning all the guards, kits is the hardest thing. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I'm gonna go super sell out again and say if you ever wonder about like abilities to max and supports, I actually also have a very long video on that where I like sit down and talk about all the guardians and some of the other like classes you can play in support. That's like, that could be really informative. I'm obviously like super biased that my content is best content. It's not even. But I think if you any questions at all, Stick, I'm here. Feel free to ask. But I definitely agree with you. Learning all the guards and what they do is the hardest part of Smite. I think that's a really fair statement as a new player.
Dignitas are applying, trying to get this 500 gold so badly that they want to commit a Cabrakan ultimate, and they're going back to the solo lane.
You say 500, I see 1,000. Both mid and right side tower are both down relatively low.
Trix kind of dies. We should look for that.
Back and forth running bases style that Team Dignitas are playing. The topple, they actually do wind up toppling that tier 1 tower on the right side, adding 500.
Yeah, I get you, Dusty. When did you quit, Dusty? Like a year ago or something, I guess? If it's like... It must have been more than like a year and like 3 months or something.
They have both gold furies that have fallen in the game. They have the first 2 towers in the match. You can see the right and the left side. Although that solo lane tower was bitten back by Obey's solo laner Mania.
Yeah, that's true with Boon. Like being able to predict what's gonna happen in Smite is super important. You started playing the day season 4 came out? That's awesome. I mean, I guess that's pretty cool, right? Because you didn't have to play on the map for like the season 2 and 3. So it must have felt a bit new. Yeah, I get you, Dusty. I'll get you.
Against an Athena that's going to taunt multiple members to a lot of AoE damage from Pretty Prime.
Dignitas now looking for what could be another gold fury. They have 2 so far in the game. This could be
like beats and me are pointless because you have no idea what guards can stun and what the animations are. Yeah, I mean, wait, I'm gonna listen to this.
I will push the midway. Do you guys have wards? Yeah. We need more wars though. We need more wars.
I have a go.
Can you speak? Can you speak?
No. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Got it. There, bro.
Just fight. Fight them.
Fight them. Get out. Reset now. Chill, Harry. Can we go back in?
Right into some hole.
They're going in. They're gonna go in here. Okay, you should probably do that.
Can you push me away?
This is a list, man. Oh.
Push right there. Top mid. Look for them here again.
I don't get TP. I'm not TPing. Care.
Get out again. Push mid here. Group up mid.
They kept it. They're on portal.
They kept it.
They're on portal.
Watch me.
Go for him. Put it no more.
It's fine. They said.
That's fine.
We don't need your TP.
Can I get the blue?
Go for him.
Can I get the blue, boys? Shh. Come. Can I get the
Well,
blue?
Dignitas were able to take down the gold fury before we even listened to them, so that was cute. And as they go over
But
to
yeah, I
the
get the
portal
stick,
demon,
but again,
you
like
can
the
see a little bit
best
more
advice
obstruction.
for me would just be to like
And that's
play a
gonna be
lot of
the
Smite.
biggest deal that I'm
It's
seeing
just the
so
only way you
far.
get to learn the gods and play all the
But
different
at the
gods,
same
you know.
time, Obey
Try and learn them.
dropping the
Play
ball
like
here. Didn't
casual
even
modes
show
that are
up
non
for the gold
conquest.
fury. And
Because I think
with
if you want to
a
learn
5,000 gold
conquest,
lead,
like
that's a fight
you want to learn that game
agree
mode
with
in
you, but
arena.
this is
As an
a
example, you can
position
kind of
where
fuck
these
around and play all the gods, and you really get to learn them. But like per se, you're playing conquest, and you're trying to learn conquest, which is much more like conquest is like the difference is like arena is fucking loot, you know, and then conquest is like chess. It's so fucking hard, and like if you're playing loot, you can play whatever the fuck color you want. But if you're trying to learn chess, you know, it's a bit rough if you're like swapping between like the different sides. I guess there's only two sides in chess, but if you get me, I get the analogy.
I mean, that is the artillery.
It's been fun watching the best player. Yeah, Mikey, T.O. Mikey, he's pretty good, right? Yeah, Athena's super fun. I'm playing Athena in this game actually, and then Throwback's super fun as well. And Fafnir is just one of my all-time favorites.
Need to happen if Obey want to take this.
Did a lot of damage onto Maniac. Variety though is taking a lot into
I have games recorded from this fall split where it's just comms. I should upload those to YouTube, I think. Ask the guys if they would be fine with it. If not, I obviously wouldn't do it. But
yet again, it's just another repositional tactic by Team Dignitas. They're getting people towards the mid lane and seeing if they can catch anybody out of position.
Maniac has been having a great game so far.
Ooh, expecting the taunt out of EmilZy was pretty prime onto Arkel, but didn't really continue with that synergy.
that sucks.
Interesting.
That's what I'm gonna say. It might have been a kill. Level 18 taunt, fully stacked Doom Orb, a rod of Tahuti. If that taunt connected into the final judgment, we see a dead Kernernos.
Yeah, he also could have done that to the Gold Fury.
That's true.
Team Dignitas right here looking for the Portal Demon. Looking more for the fight. We heard them in the comms last time say Portal Demon, but fight. Now the Variety's here looking for the fight.
Oh, that's really good for us. We can fight now.
With the Cabrakan nonsense. Now Cabrakan is the one getting hit by Pretty Prime. The fact that Thoth ultimate is down for the
Twig is so isolated when he shouldn't be.
Captain Twig taking a ton of damage, needs to force out both the ultimate and the Athena ult as well to save his life.
Now Maniac's just dead. Look at all the meditations, man. What a stupid thing. Then the Dink comes in with the flank.
Passive doesn't matter. Zeros puts number 7 on the board for Team Dignitas. It's a 4-on-5, and with the advantage, Digger looking for the Portal Demon.
Yeah, mod and Mikey stream. Alright, gotcha.
Maniac just got abused in the late game. This is not the strength between
the only problem with comms for entire matches is we probably fucking say, like, talk shit, you know? So I would not be surprised if we said some bad words and stuff during SPL matches. So I'd have to have someone sit down and listen it through and bleep out things.
Why is this Kronos? You have so many other options. You have a relatively tanky Nemesis. You have a Cabrakan. You have an Amateur. Why is Kronos?
But I could talk to the guys about that if they wanted that.
You gotta okay, I sort of get it. So I don't mind that as much as I did on first glance.
Well, not only that, if you're, let's assume that Cuba Fred was zoning on the Nemesis or Tricks on the Amaterasu, you're not really dealing too much damage from the zoner, whereas if Zeros is there zoning in that corridor, he throws out one time stop, everybody's getting stunned down that corridor.
That's one of the big benefits, and we were talking about fighting in the jungle being dependent on your selections. Kabrakan, Tremors, and the time stop out of Zeros' Chronos are two items, abilities that are very, very strong to be fighting in these narrow hallways that exist in the jungle. Almost 30 minutes here in game number 1. Team Dignitas have the lead, and significantly so.
You'll heavily bleep shit for me. I've people for that, but yeah.
As our players on the right side of
Drafting especially is interesting, yeah, but that's the one thing we can't talk about as pro players. I can like give info and everything else, but drafting, really don't want to share about that, you know. I'm not the greatest drafter myself by any means, like I'm pretty shit at drafting, but like I still know stuff, right? Like I'm still definitely above average. If someone would sit me down and have me do a draft, I would outdraft pretty much anyone. But like super good SPL players. Okay, that could be a really good fight. So Fred is not. Oh, he's dead. Oh. Where is Prime and Nate? They're just not hitting anyone. Ooh. Oh, the big taunt, but there's no follow. Oh, he's so low.
Through the wall comes Pretty Prime. Not enough to kill, but Arco's out of this engagement. It's a 2-for-1 going the way of Team Dignitas.
EmilZy found a perfect.
I can get you that stick.
Pretty Prime already used his ultimate. It connected onto Zero.
Is the general consensus of Season 5 positive? Personally think looks so much better, no idea about the gameplay though. Yeah, all the pros are like really happy about it. There's been one team that's been complaining a lot, but that's also the one team that's definitely gonna get hurt the most about the playstyle, because it takes more skill to play Smite now. That's a bit rough for that one team.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the oldest tricks of the book. Just taunt into crack.
Can just get really good at playing the same guards and like teamwork. You actually need individual skill more now. Who did the drafting for Bay? It was mainly Hazer, Nate, and Twig, and then like Prime was okay at it as well, and me and Salia, me and Maniac just kind of like. I spent the majority of our scrims laying in my bed, just listening to the comms for drafting. I don't know what the fuck. That was bad of me to taunt there. I heard it made support a little weaker. I don't know. I don't think supports are weaker by any means. I think I've been a lot more impactful than I felt in this end of Season 4 now, Stick. So I think you just need to farm well as a support now, and you'll be super relevant. It's a lot more fun now, because you can play so many different guards, whereas before you're really locked to the Guardian role, and like a few picks work, like Amaterasu, which is Tricks tank in this game, has worked for the whole last year in the support role. I brought that out as like my spice pick, and that people are like kind of picked up on it. But I'm still pretty much the only one playing it. I also play Hell, which is like a mage in the support role. Some like I got inspired by one of the NA pros to do that, but like no one has really been playing it since like he stopped the NA pro. That was such a big goal as well. God damn it, that was such a good fight for them. Oh, if he hit that. Oh, Nate was swimming for picks there.
Ataraxia finding 2 out of 3, not gonna find the third one. Didn't really matter. There's not too much damage being dealt onto this Chronos with that Book of the Dead, spotting around the Fire Giant Sentry Ward being used by Ataraxia just to control a little bit of vision, but it's just Pretty Prime and Ataraxia, the 2 former Titan members, but without ultimates to defend this Fire Giant.
Love it. Team Dignitas go old school. We don't need no portal. We can just go ahead, back to base, heal up, and go right for the big one.
Primo.
Fire Giant falls down. All 5 members of Team Dignitas have the Fire Giant around their waist. We're gonna look for Portal Demon as well.
I can feel you on that one, Mato. I can feel you on that one, Mato.
And Team Dignitas are leading by 12,000 gold. And it looks like this one is
nah, it definitely doesn't feel like max. I feel like it feels, to me, it feels like you can play 50 guards in support. That might be a bit over. You can definitely play 30 guards and be influenced. would be influential. There's like at least 10, 12, 13, how many Guardians are there even? There's like at least 15 Guardians, right? Then you have like 5 Warriors, like at least 5 Mages, at 3 or 4 Assassins, and even like someone could probably pull off a Hunter.
But they are notorious for kind of getting in their own.
Yeah, I get you, Mato.
That gives question to their consistency.
That's good, you took it off in game 3.
Game
this is a long game. I think this is a super long set. If I remember, I remember sitting there for like fucking 15 hours. That's over the top, obviously. Yeah, I'm split pushing at this point.
But because of the exact same reason, Toli, this could very easily be Diggs. If this game 1 doesn't have a hitch, if Obey don't find a way back into this one, Team Dignitas can ride their own high to a 3-zip victory. I think that is possible.
This whole set is going to be a battle of mini metas and picks and bans
and
between all of the games. We saw the Freya ban earlier on, and we were talking
it's gonna be interesting tower defense, see if you can
and
actually defend it.
That Zeros loves these magical hunters. Why ban Freya over the Chronos if you're really trying to target out Zeros? Is Freya that difficult to truly handle in the mid lane before level 5? Like, you can easily kill her and apply a lot of pressure, especially if you're going such an aggressive composition as Robin for jungle and the Osiris in that solo lane.
I mean, there's a lot of questions about that Freya, whether or not she was even going to be mid. I think you can say that she would be because of Zeros, but there was still a lot of ambiguity going on there. As we heard Trixtang say, you know,
you're waiting for a good discount to buy your NRG Maniac shit? Well, Cognac. Right now there's a sale. You can use the code NRG Smite for 20% off.
Happy to play that new stuff. Maybe not Guan Jungle new stuff, but
or the Bastet.
Well, no, there's no problem with Bastet. There's no issue with Bastet whatsoever.
Against the Nemesis.
Code NRG Smite, 20% off.
Sure, but there's 4 other players on the team. I have so much less of an issue with Bastet. That is a classic jungler.
Yeah, Mato, that's some Spanish voodoo or whatever it's called. Voodoo. That's some Spanish voodoo you were doing there, Mato. I'll tell you that much.
Different time, different conversation, but I think it was that the problem with Eager was much more than just a Guan jungle pick.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna get higher than 20%. Cognac. I know the transportation fees suck so hard.
By an absorbent amount, almost 20 grand. And with the Fire Giant buff, they're looking to make their what could be their final push here.
Am I in a queue? Nah, I'm just watching this. I got enough of ranked. Someone threw my game. Trolled. Fucking idiot Jermaine. Fucking this fight is a fucking disaster. I remember it. Why didn't I go? Okay, I wanna go right now. I'm gonna get nimbled, yeah, and I'm just gonna fucking die. Prime missed everything. I got such a big taunt as well after. Okay. So Nemesis just crit a nade for 1000. Alright.
That'll be 4, 0, and 10 for the Chronos. The god too low on the tier list.
Let's go Primo.
He wins game number 1, 16-4. Fantastic.
That's rough. That's rough. You have 5. I get you. You're cool, Diamond. Alright, guys, that's gonna make it for episode 22 of Throwback. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. Until next time, peace out.